Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 145.5 pounds. Fight contender in the world, Alexander. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 100. The former WEC featherweight champion, the one-ranked featherweight contender in the world. When the action begins, our referee in charge.
Volkanovski ends here. Camilo Oliveira getting us started for round one. Featherweight champion Max Blessed Holloway. Thinking in there, Don, make him answer questions in his head. We'll see if he can do just that.
To use to dismantle the pressure of Volkanovski as his fight goes on. So
be here, he's loving it. He's living in it.
He's in it.
I'm up quite yet.
Jose Aldo didn't come away overly impressed with the film on Alexander Volkanovski here than everyone thinks. We shall see.
To get Aldo to bite on feints. That was super.
In his last win over Renato Moicano. That was February 2nd. 7 successful title defenses for Jose Aldo. His rematch with...
Right now, Volkanovski's trying to get Aldo to react. But right now, Aldo's not biting and he's pressuring.
Even Max Holloway in the Holloway fights, Holloway was able to just keep touching him.
City Kickboxing's Eugene Behrman among those in the...
Wake up until you hit him a few times. That's what we're seeing here, right?
We're going to this point. Aldo's watching, like you say, making his reads.
Volkanovski looks like the naturally smaller man in here, despite getting his height.
In no country do you hear support like this. Could only wish for that. I mean, every time someone... There's that low kick. He's going to be needing that, Aldo.
Has Aldo a little bit red.
And Volkanovski,
so the approach is a little bit different. Get in tight, grab on him, hold on him.
Aldo loads up on the right hand, nothing doing. Volkanovski
for so long.
Right.
He can go much, much harder. For all the oohs and ahs, you know, you won that round if you're both inside leg. And as he's doing it, Aldo lands 2 big body shots.
He's gonna back up, got it? He can't let him. You gotta put some strength on him.
It's a bit short, don't throw them off. Now you can go a little bit.
The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of this copyright.
Aldo's corner that they got to get the respect out of Volkanovski. They're saying, you got to hit him, man.
You got to get started. He said you got to get started.
What I like about Volkanovski touches, he doesn't just throw his hands being short. He throws his kicks first and then follow.
Pretty good start through 6 minutes.
He's fighting really well.
Who can turn your lights out as quickly as Jose Aldo can.
Nice jab by Aldo there.
Yeah, that drew an acknowledgement from Volkanovski. Man.
I think getting kicked first by
Aldo's doing a really good job of rolling his strikes.
Right hand and came up the middle with a 2-1 combo is tricky. Especially
his feints are starting to draw reactions from Aldo.
Oh, nice elbow.
Yeah, man.
Alex, stay there. Come here. Alex, away. No coaching. No coaching. No. Listen, my friend. Look, that game. Turn in.
Octagon, very well handled. That's how a ref should handle an eye poke.
Yeah. Some swelling underneath the left eye of Volkanovski now.
Now. He looks strong here, too.
Constantly working. He doesn't let you rest.
Those are 6 hard knees, now 7.
Aldo, look at what Aldo's trying to do now to stop it.
It's annoying when people do that. His feet, he's not sliding up. There it is. Now when he starts sliding his feet, he gets to go parallel with the fence here in order to move your hips and swivel them out from the press. Almost like a paintbrush. See, why isn't Aldo pummeling? He's just holding an overhook. This is where you're so good, DC.
Majority of times you want to re-dig, re-pummel back inside. I mean, Dominic, it's about to be.
As we close it down here in round 2.
10 minutes left.
He's behind.
Volkanovski is fighting a fantastic fight.
I need this round. You gotta pressure him from beginning to end.
Close the distance right up, but just be careful if he steps back.
Yeah, because he's like, oh yeah, give him it.
It gets when it comes to working a UFC corner. Your thoughts on the message there after?
But he knows the psychology of his fighter is what I'm seeing. And he's telling him what I don't know, but I don't think that was the right info. I think Aldo's down 2-0.
Understand the terminology that needs to be used in the corner between rounds. I mean, and overall, it hasn't been the best night for Brazilian fighter.
Fighting a perfect fight right now, to be honest.
And that was a big right hand for Volkanovski.
Crushes him against the fence.
And for as much as people want to boo it, he controls all those big actions that Jose usually uses.
Flat, with your back flat against the fence. You can't move. On the ground if you're swimming.
And turn
there it
to
is,
the
and
underhook
turning.
side. Yep, you got to go to the underhook side. You can't. He carries it very late in fights. He's got to go to work.
He used to throw offense his way. Jose slips in a knee.
What I'm seeing is Aldo behind while Aldo looks for the perfect knockout, and it's just not going to happen.
When Volkanovski tries to enter, maybe Aldo could time some knees. That would help. Aldo should be digging that right knee in there. Fights, so many big fights. You have to be up for every single. He's always had to fight the very best the division's had to offer. It's not going as he probably intended, right?
Sure.
Like
To lose, then he's fighting to actually get this win. And it's expensive. He's not throwing any combinations. He's looking for 1 to 2 punches at a time.
No. And you see the total strikes round by round.
Jose's not working to match him. You know, sometimes it seems like Jose's right now willing to put the work in that Alexander's role.
Looking at the clock. Why are you looking at the clock right now if you're Aldo? I don't know.
Knees staying busy enough for the referee, Mark Goddard, here under 30 seconds.
And like you said earlier, John, I don't get starstruck very often. He was so in his game on the last two, and on the third one, I don't feel as though...
Volkanovski and Jose Aldo go the distance. Aldo raises his hands since 1872.
Yeah, you know, in round one, Aldo, when he did explode into him, he was not only in the middle of the octagon, but also against the side of Volkanovski.
The combinations weren't there. It was 1 to 2 punches at a time, looking for the perfect, instead of just putting in the work and slowly picking at a Volkanovski.
Big guys for way less. With that decision, the well-dressed...
Just score this contest 30-27 for the winner by...
Consecutive wins, 7-0 in the UFC, none bigger than this one.
17 vitórias consecutivas, você acabou de derrotar o José Aldo.
Long time. Hey, you know, I just want to say thanks, Brazil. What an experience. Before I start, I want to shout out to Cole Montgomery. I'm the only one who's undefeated in the top 3 now. I should be ranked number 1.
Precisei lutar, infelizmente não foi a luta que talvez todos vocês queriam ver, mas o Aldo quero poder lutar por ele na Austrália.
And one last thing, so I could be here. So I want to thank you, Eli and Lauren, so much for that.
Para eu poder lutar essa noite, então, muito obrigado e muito obrigado, Brasil.
And Volkanovski did a phenomenal job. Sometimes the fight isn't as exciting. The judges' scorecards is something to be very impressive, very excited.
Frankie Edgar certainly probably on that short list, coming off a win, but Volkanovski, for pound, the greatest online poker experience in the world, take on the best to win millions of prizes.